What does this feel like for you right now?
Well, you know, I have to tell you, 3 weeks after Donald Trump announced for president, back probably early July of last year, I came on Fox News and I said, stop laughing. Do not underestimate him. He can win the whole thing. At the start of our coverage tonight, Megan, I told you that tonight has the potential to be a totally realigning kind of election. That there are...
If you think about the last 4 first-term secretaries of state, James Baker, Warren Christopher, Colin Powell, Hillary Clinton, all had served in government, all had a established track record, and so much easier to make the adjustment from, a previous role to being the Secretary of State. Certainly Rex Tillerson has relevant experience to be the Secretary of State, but his challenge yesterday was to, convey that he can make the shift from the executive suite at Exxon, to Foggy Bottom, and then
bring in Candy, though. Candy, because this was a moment which obviously now both campaigns are going to be focusing on you. Tell us your thoughts during that moment.
Well, again, I heard the president's speech at the time. I sort of reread a lot of stuff about Libya because I knew we'd probably get a Libya question, so I kind of wanted to be up on it. So I knew that the president had said, these acts of terror won't stand, or whatever the whole quote was. And I think actually, because right after that, I did turn around and say, but you're totally correct that they spent 2 weeks telling us this was about a tape.
He's got his eyes out for me. And yet, here I am. Last place I should be. In the road, talking to Sam and Dean Winchester under a friggin' spotlight! Did you kiss him? Say, I'm just wondering.
Totally dedicated to him and was prepared to do anything he asked of her.
I dedicate myself wholly to the great work. I will work for wickedness. I will kill my heart. I will be shameless before all men. I will freely prostitute my body to all creatures.
No! Why'd you take a picture? Why'd you have to use tongue?
Why do I feel the hand of Mary Ann on this adventure?
All the fellas, they be looking. They're looking at my...
Because Crowley has been tapped by the president-elect for a top national security communications role. The examples of plagiarism were discovered by CNN's Andrew Kaczynski in Crowley's 2012 book, What the Bleep Just Happened. Andrew Kaczynski, senior editor of CNN's K-File, joins me now. So, Andrew, you found several examples in her book. Tell us about your investigation.
So this is 60 examples of plagiarism in Crowley's 2012 book, What the Bleep Just Happened. Now, Crowley, as many of you might remember, for years served as a Fox News contributor. The examples are very extensive, include her copying things like Wikipedia, Investopedia, think tanks, other authors, other
No, you want it.
Take it to the masters. Now attack!
Could the wickedest man in the world, Alistair Crowley, be George W. Bush's grandfather? In 1925, Crowley received a letter from Theodore Roos of the OTO in Germany. A vacancy had become available for international head of the OTO. They had chosen Baphomet.
To the British, and indeed the Americans, I may have been a flesh-eating devil, but the Germans obviously still appreciated the law of Thelema.
To write about. He wrote that when you once had a miscarriage, you showed him the fetus in the jar.
Now, really, the truth
touched on
is,
it before, but you
Paolo
didn't
put it in
elaborate.
the jar.
What?
Paolo, it's not in the library. No,
I know.
George, Paolo put it in the jar, and I was shocked when she gave it to him. But your memory's dim a little bit. But anyway,
If the president's brain being missing from his head is one of the most shocking things that you've ever seen in your entire life, a matter that you think should have been investigated, certainly. If the president's brain being missing from his head is one of the most shocking things that you've ever seen in your entire life.
Its chief military aide and to the FBI, it indicates that someone had access to the body, and the most blatant evidence that someone changed the body is that it left Dallas with a small wound in the back of the head, about the size of an egg, and arrived at Bethesda with a wound 4 times as large. It left Dallas with a brain, and the Bethesda autopsy reports on a brain presumably removed from the president's cranium. Yet 2 of my witnesses say that when the body arrived, the cranium was empty. Again, Paul O'Connor, the Bethesda medical technician.
In that particular case, there was no brain to be removed. It was all blown out.
Okay.
It was gone. Most of the cranium was empty except for a few pieces of brain matter.
I've seen other autopsies performed. Based upon those and the intactness of the brain, in that case, what percentage are totally impossible? Well, roughly. I wouldn't even roughly think of it. If I said 50%, 75%, or 20%, you can take the choice of any of those.
Let's try and relate it better. Would it fit in this class? Whatever was taken out of his head, would it fill this class? Would it fit in this class? Whatever was taken out of his head, would it fill this class?
Yes,